I watched a video recently that really aligned with a lot of the things I've been thinking about, and it's by this guy Christopher. The video is titled "There's a Big Problem with Ambient and Synth YouTube."
When I first started watching videos on the internet, some of the first things that I searched for were behind the scenes footage for bands and musicians. People would post videos of them rehearsing and making music with their friends. They would discuss their struggles and that they were trying to go on tour. And they would talk about what kind of music they were making, and more importantly, why they were making just exactly that kind of music. So what is the problem, you might say? And the problem is, it's freaking impossible to find any of these videos now. Every time I go out searching, I end up finding either people who try to sell me even more synthesizers, even though I don't need it, people who try to teach me how to copy other artists with their tutorials, or like super casual, chill synth jams with no person in them at all.
Christopher has made me think about the sort of things I'm releasing on this channel. So, you know, a big chunk of what I've put out so far is just pure synth jams, ambient performances, that sort of thing. And I do think it's cool. I think it does have a place, but I think increasingly as I do more of these kind of talky things and like more specific stuff about kind of gear and why I'm using it, and the little projects I'm working on, I think it would be a bit weird to just upload a random synth jam with no context. So I'm starting this thing up, which is like my monthly chat about what I've been working on. I'm doing this outside because right now my studio is not very good for filming in. I'm currently converting my basement into a like an actual studio, but that's not going to be ready for a few weeks, so I thought I'd just do this while I'm on my morning walk before work. I've always thought of my channel as a bit of an archive of my music and sound work, so that, you know, when I meet people and, you know, there might be a collaboration, I can just link them to videos that I've made just to show them kind of how I work and what it's about. And I still think that way about what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to do it a bit more, I guess, formally and a bit more personally, which, to be honest, I find a bit embarrassing. But really I'm just coming at it from the perspective of this is the sort of thing I'd watch myself, and if it's anything useful I can link to people or use it to forge more relationships with folks, then that would be a great success for me. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. So to start with, I think probably the biggest influence this month has been this thing. So this is battery operated mini Mello, and it's a dictaphone whereby these little switches can be pressed and it changes the speed of the tape playback. So you can tune the speed with these knobs here, and then you get basically 4 preset speeds that you can engage, and it's like mini Mello, so it's like a mini Mellotron. I've also got a bunch of these like loop tapes as well that are like kind of, I don't know, 6-8 seconds or something like that. And this is from Battery Operated. They're a little duo outfit in the UK, and they just modified dictaphones mostly, or cassette Walkmans and that sort of thing. And it's the second one I've got from them. The first one I got was this, and this is like, it's just a straightforward dictaphone with just a 1-speed control. So they're both pretty similar to each other, but I think like together they make a really cool little tape ensemble where I can pre-record tape loops and have them both playing at the same time and mix them around, apply effects and that sort of thing. It's just like instant like texture and cool. So here's a track that I've made mostly around this. Something else I've been using a lot is this Haken Continuum Mini. I got this a while ago, and I've slowly been learning how to play it. It's a bit of a strange beast, but I really love it. I think it's one of my favourite instruments. Some people I've heard have been put off by the sound engine, thinking it sounds a bit too artificial, but I think it comes with so many different patches, and the way you play it really affects how the patches sound. I've only really been using like 3 patches with this in the 6 months or so that I've had it, and that kind of artificial quality is something I really love, because it's kind of a bit uncanny valley. You can get something that really sounds legitimately like a flute or something, but there's always this artificial quality to it. But even though the expression of how you play it like brings it more authenticity than a sample library would give you. But it's also a kind of a virtuosic instrument. I think you could spend the rest of your life playing this and become a master. That's something that I'm never going to achieve or have any real interest in achieving. I've developed a little style of how to get what I want out of it, but I think because it's such a modern contemporary instrument, I think I wouldn't be surprised that if 20-30 years down the line, people are still picking this thing up and starting to create some kind of formalized technique with it. It's kind of like with the theremin. I was so enamored by the audio engine of the Haken Continuum that I got the Expressive-E Osmos, and that in itself has got quite a big learning curve. But and the sound engine is remarkable. I do love it. And I've written one piece of music with the Osmos, which is just like solo Osmos performance, and I'm really happy with it actually. I think it's one of the better songs that I've written in a while. It's something that I just would not have written on any other instrument, even the Haken. Like it's unique to the Osmos. I just would not have written this elsewhere. Another thing, this month I work at a game studio called Sumo Digital. It's in the UK, and last year we bought an Erica Synths Dada Noise System 2, which is this kind of mostly analog configuration of modules that are configured mainly for sound exploration and experimentation. They've got their kind of fusion modules which have got the valves in them. So I nicked it from work for a week because I wanted to put a little guide together for the sound team, because it's a bit of a weird instrument. It doesn't have like a straight up manual itself. But while I had it, I wrote a couple of tracks with it. I mean, it doesn't have like a traditional sequencer, so I'm using LFOs and weird clocking and logic gates and that sort of thing. I've had it in my head to kind of think about writing kind of almost like maybe ritualistic kind of music that could sound like a tribe from a different solar system or something. And I'm quite happy with it, actually. It's like I really like how the tempo picks up and it feels quite organic and natural. I mean, filter pinging usually gets that effect. That about wraps up my first month's attempt at this. Some of the videos I'm working on coming up are, I've got one about the Bastel Soft Pop. It's quite fun. I'm actually making a little game called Soft Pop. It's just a single screen arcade thing, but I thought it'd be quite a cool way to demonstrate what the Soft Pop can do. I'm also working with the Pittsburgh Tiger Keys, which is a really interesting synth. And I'm also working on a video for Signal Sounds that combines the Law Mill double knot with the Mongxi Wingy 2, and they make a really interesting pair. But yeah, so look out for those. I don't know, that's quite a lot of videos. They're all not going to come out next month, but that's just what I'm working on. But I'll do another one of these for next month, and let us know if you like the format or not. I don't think this is going to get much interest, to be honest, but yeah, I like the practice of it, and I'll keep it up for a little while and see how it goes. Alright, cheers, bye.